Hi, good morning. It's Amanda Joy here. I just thought I would come on today and introduce to my lovely friend, who is Suzanne. And Suzanne and I have met through our love and our passion for meditation. Suzanne actually is in Australia right now. So it's the other side of the world, which just, it's just evidence really that people actually just all over the world are really waking up to the fact that meditation is a superpower for transforming your life, feeling more positive and managing to just be successful and have that clarity of thought that's essential for everyday living, everyday well-being, everyday health, and particularly mental health. And obviously here in the UK, it's Mental Health Awareness Week. So I've been chatting to some world leaders and experts in their field this week about meditation and, why they love it. So, hey, Suzanne, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on from such a long way away. It's really great.
It's an absolute pleasure. So obviously we share a huge passion. We're both skillful mind meditation leaders. So our kind of teacher is Peter Radcliffe, who is amazing and had many years of being a monk himself. And he brings a really fantastic training package for people who are interested in becoming meditation leaders. I loved it because it gave me a structure to be able to teach. And although I'd had quite a bit of my own personal meditation practice, Peter really puts it into words that are understandable. He makes meditation really easy, and he makes meditation easy to teach and share and spread throughout the world. And I love his vision of sharing meditation to save the planet. It's absolutely inspiring. So yeah, it was cool to meet you, but tell me a little bit about what brought you to meditation.
Yeah, well, meditation, I'm fairly new to meditation. I started, I've been with Skillful Mind for 2 years, and it was just prior to that. I'm a Reiki Master practitioner, and I took what I thought was meditation. I took my clients what I thought was meditation to calm and relax them. But I thought that there was something a bit more to just guided meditation. I wanted to actually learn a bit more about it. So in the process of my learnings, I went to a meditation group, and I loved it. And it was a Skillful Mind group. And I love the fact that it was very structured and practical, and very different to my spiritual side. But immediately I saw that it appeals to so many different people. There were tradesmen in the room. There were mums and teachers and retired people, young people. It was very diverse, and I went, oh, this is I like the teaching, and I liked who it was appealing to. So I thought, and I was getting a lot of benefit from learning the technique of meditation, because this is what I didn't know. I didn't know that there was a technique. I thought it was just listening to a guided meditation. And in learning the technique, I also learned how to understand my mind. And that made a massive difference to how I dealt with, the bumps in the road of my life, and how I dealt with, the things that had happened before. I learned that I didn't have to drag them all up and rehash them and create all this angst up here. I could actually just, put it away and deal with everything on a calm and balanced level. And so in the process of learning all of this and listening to other people who had experienced benefit, and I was starting to notice benefit, I thought, wow, this is something that I can see is just so beneficial that, I can help more people. And so I jumped on board and started my own meditation classes. And I've been running classes consistently for 2 years. And I think that's a testament to the teaching and training that we receive from Skillful Mind, because it is so varied. and it's so structured. Peter's background is actually from, you know, he has been a ordained Buddhist monk, but he's also he was also an engineer. So therefore, everything is very, you know, A plus B equals C. It's very structured, and he's also a NLP practitioner, a neuro-linguistic programming. So there's elements of working with the mind in the teaching and training. So all of this, and the fact that the people that I teach keep coming back. I've had people coming to me for nearly 2 years. They've actually been through the whole, every month is different. They've almost been through it twice, but they keep coming back. They learn something different. And some of the most amazing testimonials, or, you know, verbal testimonials that I've had is that Suzanne, you've changed my life. And I just go, oh my goodness, oh Suzanne, you saved our marriage. And I'm thinking, oh, it's not me, it's the teaching, it's the meditation, it's the learning and understanding of mind. And when you hear things like that, it's very humbling and, you know, incredibly rewarding, but very humbling to know that just the simple process of meditation can change someone's world. Yeah, I'm very passionate about it.
Well, that comes through really clearly when you talk about it, and I love the simplicity of meditation. I love how by applying very easy, very simple, very structured techniques to how you breathe or how you feel, or things that we just do on a daily basis, just by following some very simple techniques, by getting a bit of a toolbox, if you like, a skillful mind toolbox, you can really powerfully transform how you feel. You can really transform how you respond to other people as well. You know, because I think a lot of what we do, a lot of what we create in our world is as a result of how we respond to our world. If we're responding with kindness, if we're responding with positivity, then, you know, things are much better. But what it did for me was it transformed the way I even see the world. So, you know, just walking to work in the morning, I'm just enjoying looking around me. I'm smiling at people. And what's lovely about when you smile at people is they smile back. This positivity is contagious. And, you know, it just takes me 5 minutes in the morning just to take, well, I call it my spiritual breakfast. Because you get up and you feed yourself your healthy food. You have your supplements, and you take your morning exercise, and you have your morning ritual of cleaning and washing your body. And what do you do to take care of your mind? So for me, it's food for my brain for the morning. And once I've had that good breakfast of meditation, that spiritual breakfast, for me, that's what I call it. It really just sets me up, and I genuinely feel positive, calm, joyful, and it's 5 minutes of my day. It can even be as little as 16 seconds, breathing in, holding your breath, breathing out, sitting there with that sensation of emptiness, you know, counting to four times. It can be something so small that and that can just really be so powerful and transformative. So I'm like you. Have you got a favorite meditation, Suzanne? Have you got something that you really enjoy that you always go back to?
I think it's very, the simplest is the inhalation and the exhalation. And for me, that's pretty much what goes through my mind. I put myself into my meditation posture, which for me is not sitting, you know, cross-legged in full lotus position, because my body.
Me either. I'm not that bendy.
And this is another thing that I love about Skillful Mind, and, you know, learning meditation with them, is that it dispels a lot of the myths about, or the preconceptions about how you should meditate.
Absolutely.
How long you should meditate on, you know, meditate for, and what you meditate on. It's just all, you know, it's all really not those things. You don't have to meditate for hours on end. You don't have to sit in lotus position. Meditation is not all about listening to a guided, story. It's the simplicity of it and the single pointed focus. But for me, as you're building the neural pathways on the simplicity of it by simply setting yourself up in a comfortable seat. For me, it's seated position. For some people, it may be cross-legged if they're used to it, or their body can do that. But as soon as I start breathing and focusing on my breath, and all I say in my mind is inhale, exhale. I'm there. I'm in my spot, meditate. And I understand that. I understand now that my mind is going to wander. It's going to get distracted, but that's okay. I can easily bring it back to the breath, and it's just that gentle, constant reminder. Because a distraction is actually a good thing. It's good to be distracted because it brings you back into the here and now, into the present, rather than starting to get into a loop of a thought and suddenly all this picture, the movie of your mind starts taking over. And it's just building that strength in the mind to come back, but gently, softly. It is such a beautiful practice. And
the one thing that I noticed with that whole breath meditation as well, and to begin with, when I first started practicing it, I did notice that there were lots of thoughts in my head, and I was having lots of feelings as well. Some positive, some negative, some kind of neutral. But my mind was quite busy, and what was interesting was almost using that meditation technique to take a step back from my thoughts and think, what is this? What is this stuff I'm thinking? And a lot of it, maybe 80% of it, was just junk and rubbish and nonsense that I was thinking, that was just kind of stealing energy from me. Maybe 2 or 3% of it might have been happy, lovely thoughts that I might enjoy or benefit from having on that loop. But the other kind of 8% quite often were sort of negative in its nature, maybe even damaging to me as a person. And just having an awareness of what that thought was, and maybe tracing it back to where it was coming from, really helped me to up my personal self-care, and it really helped me to change, to become a more positive person. So, such a simple thing as, like you said, being aware of the breath in and the breath out, and just becoming aware of who you are sitting there in that present moment, having a sense of you now. That's a real sense, a presence of self, if you like, while you're in that moment. And that awareness of your thought processes, and then being able to calm those thought processes, turn them down, switch off those negative ones, perhaps focus more in on the positive ones. When you have that awareness, it's the beginning of a very powerful transformational process. It's magic, really. Just a breath in and a breath out.
And to be able to on your senses, your sense of hearing, your sense of taste and smell, the sense of your skin, the touch of your clothes, the temperature in the air. This is all part of, present moment awareness, and focusing in and actually listening to your body as part of mindfulness too, really allows you to, again, have an awareness of where you're feeling any tension, tightness, or, what your body's doing, how it's reacting. Because then, as you say, with Skillful Mind, we then provide you with the tools that are in your back pocket that you can just whip out and go, I know how to fix that. I know what to do. I can go into a 16-second breath, or I can change my thought. And even though it's not as easy as that, it's still possible. And having the awareness allows you to then make the positive changes. And that is key, because, as you say, without awareness, you just get carried away, unfortunately. And I think our brains are actually programmed to think in the negative. I don't know why. That's
survival. survival techniques. You know, it's an old brain response, isn't it? We want to remember those bad things so that we learn to stay away from them. An old brain response. So, you know, it's all good, but we just need to work out whether it's a real danger or whether it's just something that's challenging us in the here and now, that we can think differently, we can perceive differently. So there's a bit of noise in the background. I hope it's not disturbing. Somebody's doing some work.
I can't hear it. What I love about meditation too is the fact that it's so diverse. It helps people in many diverse ways. Because I know you work with pregnancy and you know, stress relief in that area, and weight loss would be, you know, another area. Sports performance is another area. Meditations, schools, in schools. It can be applied at retirement homes, or, you know, old mature-aged and aged persons' care homes. It can benefit so many people in so many ways. It's so diverse, and types and styles. And obviously meditation for pain relief.
Absolutely.
It has huge applications all over, and it's diverse in the styles and the way you meditate, because, you know, you can you can be mindfully eating meditation, mindfully walking meditation, chanting and mantra meditations, wisdom meditation, the straight, fluffy, beautiful guided meditations to go to sleep, like a yoga nidra. There's insight in, you know, working on a problem and just, you know, having that awareness of going, okay, I'm going to solve this problem, because we know that the answers are within us. It's having that awareness to listen to our body from the inside rather than the outside.
Absolutely right. Suzanne, if somebody was thinking about maybe joining a meditation group, or thinking about just beginning to meditate, what would you suggest that they do, like a first step?
Okay, well, of course, I would encourage them to contact us at Skillful Mind. And what we do at a group, we've got a website, so you can find a meditation group in your area. I would suggest that you go to a meditation group, because you get to meet like-minded people, and they're always so warm and friendly. There are people from all different stages and levels. We teach so many different types and styles of meditation. So I guess the first step is the hardest step is the first step out the door, and finding a group. Once you connect with the group and get to know, you know, the people in the group, it becomes part of your social structure, really. And then creating a regular meditation habit is going to be a regular and consistent meditation habit is going to be, you know, really beneficial, because it just creates those neural pathways. It just helps you exponentially, really, in creating that strength of mind and all the other amazing benefits that meditation has. If someone wanted to create their own group, then I'm here and Peter is here, even though we're on the other side of the world. We work with you guys in the UK very regularly.
Well, we're all part of a family of a support network, aren't we? So if anybody does want to set up groups, they're very welcome to speak to any of the Skillful Mind leaders in the UK. We have a really strong supportive network. So yeah, by all means, people can phone me, people can reach me if they're in the UK, but we can always get in touch with you guys, even if you are on the other side of the world.
That's right. Well, as we know, technology, as we're doing right now, it really makes no difference. And yes, we are a very supportive, interactive group of leaders, and the sharing and learning that we have amongst us is phenomenal.
It is
you know,
amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. I get so much from it myself. My personal practice has really developed as a result of joining our Skillful Mind family. It's just wonderful. So so join a group, get a habit of meditating, and if you're looking to become a meditation leader, reach out and speak to a Skillful Mind leader. And we do have Skillful Mind meditation leaders all over the world now. We're everywhere. UK, America, Canada.
UK, that's it. Yes, Ireland.
It's so wonderful.
To you guys. Yep, everywhere. And we're continually expanding. And as you said, Peter's vision is to create as many meditation communities in every suburb of every city of every country all over the world. And we're certainly doing that. And the end result, I suppose, is to improve the health of the planet, because when we're calm and happy, it reflects on the people around us. And you know, the people around us notice that we're calmer, and so therefore they actually become calmer. And there are studies, it's the Maharishi Effect, I think it was a study done in, was it America, in a suburb of high crime, and they put a meditation group in there, and they knew at any certain given time or day what the crime rate would be in that place, unfortunately. But when the meditation group went in, that all changed. The crime rate was reduced. They call it the Maharishi Effect, because the vibrational energy actually, you know, ripples out to the surrounding areas. And
I read something yesterday that said, if you want to have peace in the world, you should first find that peace within yourself. And that's a daily challenge for me, is to continually find that peace within myself, and meditation really helps me achieve that. But it's absolutely fascinating that there's research and evidence that show now what we've known for thousands and thousands of years as a result of meditation. But I love it when science finally discovers the same thing that we've been talking about for millennia. But it's great to know that there's research now, really good solid research, to show the benefits of meditation on your health, on your well-being, and on the community as well, and the world. It's just so exciting. We've been chatting for a little while now, so I'm probably going to have to draw it to an end. I could actually chat to you all day, Suzanne, about meditation. All day, but it's actually nighttime where you are, so you probably want to bed at some point.
No, it's only it's not even 7 o'clock at night. But you know, it's funny. Meditation is such a silent practice, yet we could talk.
I know. It's just so beneficial in so many ways, you know. And I want to share that with as many people as possible. Suzanne's actually going to be coming over to the UK next year with Peter. We are so excited. At Treatment Rooms, Harewood, we're running a series of seasonal retreats. So we've had our spring retreat. We're having a summer retreat. We'll be having an autumn one and a winter one. And then in the summer next year, we're going to be hosting a Skillful Mind meditation retreat. Peter and Susan will be hopefully as well. Hopefully, Susan, please come. We'll be coming over to the UK and staying with us in our beautiful holiday cottages on the stunning Harewood estate. It's absolutely gorgeous, and we'll be hosting a meditation retreat. So maybe you can join us next year. Join Suzanne, join myself, join Peter for a Skillful Mind retreat in the UK. It would be nice to come to your Bali retreats, but
yes, come to Bali.
I'd love to come to Bali, but Yorkshire is just as beautiful, I'm sure, in the summer.
Okay.
It's been absolutely a joy to talk to you, Suzanne. Absolute joy. Thank you for sharing your time with us today. Let's hope that this little chat reaches lots and lots of people and gives them the little inspiration or the encouragement to begin their meditation practice.
Yes, and I hope so too. And thank you so much, Amanda. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I love your enthusiasm. I love how far you're taking this, and you know, you've just got so much vision for so many people. And yes, the world where you live is very lucky to have you. So thank you.
That's lovely. Thank you so much. Right. Have an amazing day, everybody, and have a lovely evening to those at the other side of the world. Thanks for chatting. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.